Okay, I think we are now live. Good morning, everyone. It is Kat from Scratch here. I'm jumping in today's live from the living room slot to bring you a really fun, informative session all about social media. I'm going to be joined by Sadie Jordan, who goes by Sadie J Nails here on Instagram. You might recognise her that way. Sadie is an incredibly talented nail artist, but she is also a content creator for the gel bottle. So Sadie has a huge wealth of knowledge all about social media and how best to use it for your business, especially as a nail and beauty business. So I'm going to bring Sadie in just a second, but of course, in the meantime, if you have any questions during this live, please pop them in the comments. I will try and shout them out as we go if I can slip them in. If not, we will try and do a bit of a roundup at the end. So I'll try and bring Sadie in now. As ever, this video will be saved to our IGTV. So if there's any bits that you missed and you want to go back and listen to some of these wise words, that is going to be the best way to do it. And I will also pop it up on our website later today. Okay, so let's bring, I think it is just connecting. Here we go. I think it is working. Hi Sadie,
Hi.
how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Oh, really, really good. Really, really good. I'm so glad you could join us today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Our pleasure, honestly. So as I was just mentioning, you've got a huge wealth of knowledge all about social media. So I'm really keen to pick your brains today. But I thought the place to start off with would be perhaps if you could tell us a little bit about you and your career so far.
Okay, so I started just doing nail art as a hobby. I just did my own nails, and then all my friends kept seeing my nails in school and all of that, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, can you do mine?" And then I started just really getting into it. Got so obsessed with the whole industry, and then I heard about Wa Nails, and I was like, I need to work there. I was literally so determined to work at Wa. It was my dream. And I just kept pushing, kept sending my CV, and I was like, yeah, I need to work there. And eventually, after maybe a year or so of trying, they hired me. And then from there, I've just kind of grown into doing all sorts of things to do with nails. So I've done session work. And then when Wild closed, sadly, I went into doing freelancing. So I was a mobile nail tech and also doing bits of YouTube and some content for various brands, making videos and tutorials and all of that jazz. And now I'm at the Gel Bottle doing content for them.
Amazing. And I saw you were part of the video launch for the 90s Baby collection last week.
Oh my god, yeah, thank you. It was so much fun to film, yeah. But I didn't know, I really didn't know I was going to be part of it, actually on the camera. I thought I'm just going to be doing nails, behind the scenes. But then, the day before, they were like, no, you have to be in it, order some outfits and all of this. I was like, what? This is crazy.
Oh, it was such a fun watch. So if anyone after this live, go check it out. It's a really fun watch.
I'm obsessed. Thank you.
So we all know that social media is part of day-to-day life. It's part of business now for most nail tech. So why exactly do you think it is so important to have amazing eye-catching content for social media, but also for businesses in general?
I feel like your online presence kind of really shows what you can do. You can showcase your talent. You can really just kind of convey what you're all about and draw in the kind of clients that you want. So you have your specific target audience, and the content that you put out will obviously attract the kind of clients that you want, that will have the designs that you put out. And yeah, it really just helps to kind of get yourself out there to people that would have never heard of you before. Yeah. They'll find you on Instagram, and then that could be a potential a new client or a customer for you, or even just a follower online.
Definitely, and it connects to the wider community as well. I mean, the nail industry is such a lovely community.
Yeah, it really is.
So I think one thing that I definitely feel that I've heard scratch readers say time and time again is a key way to get a really good picture is the lighting. It's such an important part of an appointment, being able to actually see what you're doing. But how your top tips for ensuring the best lighting for a really, really good nail image or video?
So I live in London, and the natural light is not always the best. It can be very like grey and overcast and cloudy, so that's not always ideal. But if it is sunny outside, definitely utilize the natural sunlight, because you get such like a gorgeous sort of light on your nails, and it just makes them look so shiny and pretty. But obviously, if you don't have that natural light or the access to that, then I would recommend soft boxes, because they have like a diffuser over the light, and it kind of like sort of softens the light a bit, so it's not creating loads of like harsh shadows or too much of a shine on your nails so you can't see the design. So yeah, I tend to use soft boxes quite a lot with my images and videos.
Is there any sort of editing apps that are perhaps a must-have? Or...
I tend to use just Photoshop, but the phone, like the mobile version. So just like for little editing of bits of like skin or like cuts or anything that you want to kind of get rid of.
Quick tweaks.
Yeah, just like the mobile Photoshop app.
Oh, amazing. Another thing that I've seen a lot online is people struggling with hand poses. You know, you don't want it to look too rigid where it looks a little bit fake, and you don't want it to sort of, you want to show it off to its best ability as well. So what hand poses or angles do you think work really well or people should try?
So I feel like it's always best to kind of keep your hands as relaxed as possible. You want to kind of avoid that sort of like really tense claws, because it's going to kind of strain your wrist, and like your fingers are going to look a bit awkward and tense. So yeah, I'd say keep them nice and relaxed, and just kind of, you know, like if it feels uncomfortable, it probably looks weird. So if it doesn't feel right, then try and just like relax a bit more, and just get your nails like in the center of the frame and make them the main focus. And kind of, I try and get my nails closer to the lens than the rest of my hand, so the hand's kind of out of focus a little bit.
Definitely. I think relax your hand is a well-known statement.
Yes, every nail tech knows.
Definitely. So I don't think we could talk about social media without mentioning Reels. It's obviously one of the latest features that Instagram has revealed. So for those that perhaps aren't in the know, what are Reels, and how why are they so great again for nail content?
I feel like all of my followers are so sick of me talking about Reels by now. I'm literally so obsessed with them. It's crazy. But yeah, they're basically just like a short 15 to 30-second video where you can just do, basically you can do anything. It's quite similar to TikTok, but I feel like on Instagram it's just like more of a focus on like your brand. I feel like with TikTok you kind of just throw whatever on that out, and it's a bit of a crazy like mismatch. But with Reels I feel like it's quite focused. Well, for me anyway, everything is nails, nails, nails. So yeah, it's a fun way for you to just kind of show your skills and like showcase your talent, and get like all of your creativity like into such a short time frame. And I just love like the fact that it's so quick, and like people are like, oh, what's happening? Like they kind of want to see what's happening next, so they keep watching, and then sometimes they'll even like watch it multiple times just to kind of see the process of you creating something.
Definitely. And I think also Instagram has sort of put such a push on Reels, haven't they? Really good way to kind of grow. Wow.
Yeah, so my account has reached so many new people, like literally all across the world. I have people like in Australia, people in America, and it's crazy just to see like how many different people have like seen my work and commented. And it's so great when people get inspired by something that you've done, and then they recreate something, like putting their own twist on it, and then tag you like, oh, inspired by Sadie J Nails. Is such a great feeling.
Oh my gosh, I can imagine. And am I right in thinking that there isn't really much specialist equipment that's kind of needed to create a really good reel? It is mostly all kind of done on the Instagram app.
Yeah, you literally, I mainly film on my camera roll, and then I kind of edit everything down and then upload it into Reels, and then I kind of put it to the music. I think it's really important, like, to edit to the music. That's
Yeah.
kind of what makes it really watchable. But yeah, you don't really need any high tech equipment. I'd literally say just like a good tripod
Mhm.
and maybe like good lighting, and that's really all you need. I even just use like paper backdrop sometimes just to kind of give you like a non-distracting backdrop.
Yeah, a nice bright one as well. Like it'll be the best.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you touched on TikTok, but again, I don't feel like we could have a social media session without mentioning it.
Yes.
Um, from other platforms, and I feel like it's really kind of grown in popularity with nail techs. Why do you think that is? Why should nail techs be using it?
It's so crazy like how something can go viral on TikTok.
Mm.
Like you just never know. I haven't figured it out for myself yet, but certain videos that you post, you'll leave it, like you'll close down the app and you'll go to bed, and then the next day it will be like 100,000 views, and you'll be like, what? Like why? Like I didn't even, I didn't try. Like I didn't do anything special, but for some reason the TikTok gods are like watching over me, and like you have this one random viral video, and then sometimes you'll post something and it will get like 100 views. So it's really, really like up and down for me anyway. I haven't really like cracked the code of TikTok, but yeah, it's crazy the potential reach that you can have on that app.
Definitely. Well, I think it's also really key to be consistent as well. So if you are constantly creating this really high quality content, you
Mm-hmm.
are going to following, get those likes, get those views.
Yeah, it's all about the consistency, really. Mm-hmm.
Definitely. How often would you recommend uploading to any sort of social media platform?
I feel like it's really important to not kind of like push yourself too much when it comes to content, because when you're kind of doing it for the wrong reasons, you're going to be rushing things, you're going to be kind of not in a creative headspace. So I think it's really important to just create when you feel like creating. With me, I haven't posted anything on my Instagram for almost a month now, and it's really like it makes me feel sick to say that, but I know in my heart I've been so busy, and like I've been creating so much for the gel bottle with the collection launch, and I just think I just need to have a break like from my own personal brand, because I just know I don't have like the capacity to do both at the same time. So I feel like just definitely to be in the right headspace to create is so, so important. So I wouldn't set like an amount of posts per week. I would just kind of post when I've created something I'm proud of, or something I know that my followers are going to engage with and are going to enjoy.
Definitely. I think now more than ever there is such a pressure on beauty professionals right now. We've back to work, everyone's,
Yeah,
I suppose the pressures of social media is one more thing to balance. So it is a case of keeping it really true to yourself, because I think that
yeah.
also in social media, doesn't it?
100%. With everyone like reopening, you've got clients all day every day. Like when are you going to sit and film videos? Like it's crazy. But I feel
Mm.
like this is also a really good opportunity to get your clients involved in helping you create content, so they
Yeah,
can be like filming the process of you doing their nails, and then maybe like once you finish working for the day, you can just be sitting in bed with your tea, like just editing like little bits and bobs. But yeah, don't pressurize yourself too much. Just kind of post when and where you can.
amazing. And we've had lots of love in the comments. We've had here we go, Baked Glasgow saying wise words, Sadie. I think that's very, very
Thank
true.
you.
We've also had a question come in from Polished Nails and Beauty by Renee. She asks, what camera would you recommend? I'm guessing that's for still images.
I usually just use my iPhone 11 Pro Max for pictures, but when I'm creating professional content for the gel bottle, sometimes I will use my Canon DSLR. It's like, like one of the big digital cameras. That's like really crisp photography, professional lighting, all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, I definitely recommend just like the iPhone is great.
Definitely. I think that is all we've had in terms of questions. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Another question. Beat me to it. Baked Glasgow again asks, how do you choose the music to go on your reels, Sadie? I think that's a really good.
Okay, so like Instagram has their audio library, and it has a section of trending audios. So I tend to try not to use ones that have been like super overplayed, because like when you go through Instagram, if you hear the same song about 100 times, it literally drives me insane. So I use trending audios, but only if I'm like very early on in the trend. But if they've been really overplayed, I try and avoid them. But yeah, I just try and think of things that go with the design. So if I'm doing something that's like wavy or marbly, I'd go for like Ocean Eyes by Billie Eilish, or something that kind of connects with the art. And I also like to look at TikTok trending audios and use those on my reels as well, just to make sure like they get circulated, because the trending audios definitely get pushed a lot more.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. So that is it in terms of questions. Was there anything else you wanted to add at all?
I don't think so. I think that's it.
Amazing. Well, as I said at the beginning of the video, this will be saved to our IGTV. It'll also be available on the Scratch website later today. But apart from that, thank you so much, Sadie. It's been so great to chat. For those watching, follow Sadie and see her work up close. It is Sadie J Nails handle you're joining us from today. So click, have a look, have a follow. But apart from that, thank you so much for joining us, and hopefully see you soon.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks.
Bye.